They're normally like this big, right? On this tight.
I love how I got
There's
this on
nothing in
recording.
Like a wizard sleeve.
I was just gonna have that as an end clip. Like a wizard slave.
That's just an audio bite.
Do you dirty way.
That is-
Imagine it
That'd be a
little-
soundboard, wouldn't it?
Just like a wizard slave. Right, this is the podcast.
Fuck no!
Podcast. Do I keep that in? Can I keep that in?
No.
I'd say like a little soundbite at the end of just that one bit, but like if
So you have to listen to the whole podcast to listen to that.
No, you know what? We don't say we put it in the end. We're putting it anywhere.
just
No,
in the
'cause
middle.
that's just going to be really awkward for me to edit.
No, that's why I said that. Also, people would just like skip to the end to hear what it was.
How about we just don't put it in at all?
Oh!
Right, today's topics. Ryan, why'd you stay up so early? So late, even?
Because wrestling was on. Like, why else would I?
So what time did you go to bed?
9:30 this morning. Yeah.
That really says it all, doesn't it?
Yes. That silence said all of that. Because
Yeah.
I see two disappointed faces.
Did you enjoy it though? Did you?
Yes and no.
Oh, okay.
I did actually enjoy pretty much everything but one match. So, and it was the match I expected not to enjoy.
Well,
Every time I see his name, I just assume it's going to be a bad match.
It was actually going really well, and then
go on, name drop.
But Brock Lesnar.
everyone
Yeah,
hates Brock Lesnar.
He's a sham of an
Would you
athlete.
just turn up and go?
He is
You what?
a poor excuse of an athlete.
I'll just go for his legs.
Just for example, right? I don't know anything about wrestling, but I know him from like other boxing stuff, and
Because
God,
he's a
he's
he is a
slow.
UFC he's a UFC fighter. Quotation marks.
Yeah.
you
He
mean
was a
snail fighter.
He was a wrestler.
He's so
Then he went
slow.
to UFC. Basically got his shit kicked in.
Handed
Yeah.
to him.
He's got that thing with like the ears
Oh,
when
yeah.
you get like whatever it is when you get like so
cauliflower ears.
yeah he's got that
from like
But-
rugby
from
years.
like being
Yeah.
hit in the head because he just basically got beat in the shit out all the time. Somehow he won the belt at one point.
Oh, he's definitely got no brain cells left.
No, he hasn't.
I'm sure he's a nice guy. This is sounding bad.
No,
but-
he's
oh,
not.
He's not. Okay. Well,
That's well documented. He's not.
sod him.
He's a big
He's
dickhead.
he's just a big dude with anger issues.
I'm
alright.
pretty sure he has like blackmail
Oh.
over Vince McMahon. It's the only reason he's still with the company and stuff, and that he's being allowed to do all this
Fair enough.
because it's so expensive. Like you pay him so much, and then so dumb. Why would you give someone who isn't in the company half the time the belt? What the...
And then you got like people who actually deserve it, don't even
Yes.
get a chance to
He's
get
also
it.
terrible
It's the
at
thing of-
UFC, so
There was
because
like
I've seen clips of him from the UFC and he's shocking.
he's horrible.
Yeah.
He's
I
shocking.
think it took him a few years to win like his first match.
Yeah. It's like
How old is he? Because he looks like 70.
he's got to be in his 40s. I think.
I'm sorry, 40s.
He's not
I
old.
was,
He's not.
I was
he isn't
thinking
that-
at
he's
least
not.
50s.
He might. No, he's not because he's younger than the Undertaker. Undertaker's only 55.
Really?
The Undertaker's the same age as my dad.
Oh,
Didn't know your dad was 55.
fact.
It's like
That's a first personal fact in the podcast. No, that's not. That's
Oh, quick
with-
one. The Queen is 92.
Yeah.
What, today?
No, she's just 92.
Oh, well,
With
Well,
the
because I went to search how old is Brock Lesnar, and after how old is it comes up with the Queen.
so many people search that. With
well,
the,
still 92. That's pretty good for her.
Yeah.
She doesn't look 92.
she does.
I would still do. I'm leaving that.
Sounds like you got some personal things to work through there.
Well, it'd be good to have it on your CV, wouldn't it?
41.
Brock Lesnar's 41. Yeah, I thought he was in his 40s. So Brock Lesnar's 41. Finn Balor's about late 20s, mid 30s. Who's the guy who's fighting.
Right.
Brock Lesnar is like, for people who don't know, like he's super like built at the top is the way to describe him. Like he looks
skips
muscly.
leg day.
He's
and,
top heavy.
and he has chicken legs. It's like the way I describe his legs. And Finn Balor is like a smaller guy. Like he's a small guy. He's like a lean but like muscly guy.
Yeah.
And like he's like the fans love him. He's like really loved by the fans. Everyone hates Brock Lesnar. And when they started the match, Finn came out like really like going full on like
Yeah.
caught him off surprise, like how they just like he kept hitting him and stuff. And he does like 3 flips out of the ring on top of him. He does like his signature move. He then
That's the guy he's talking about.
Oh, okay.
he
But he looks pretty normal built, doesn't he? Like he's obviously goes to a gym, but he looks normal built.
you should see that's him.
Jesus.
He does his finishing move on Brock Lesnar, pins him. Brock
You saw
Lesnar
how small he was.
Yeah.
Brock Lesnar tried to hit him with his finishing move, which is called an F5, where he spins them on off of his shoulders,
Right.
which Finn Balor got out of, but like Brock threw him and he spun him into like the DDT. There's probably a picture of both of them
more like
together.
A Hulk, didn't he?
And then Finn hit his finishing move, and then Brock kicks out of it, and then he puts him in the Kimura lock, which is Brock's like submission hold, where he puts their arm behind their back. He's broken people's arm with it. He's broken Triple H, Shawn Michaels' arm with it, and he hit him with that, and then Finn Balor taps out. Because I feel like it's one of the things where it's like, was Finn actually meant to win the match, and Brock just put him in that move and actually did it for real? Because he's known to do stuff like that.
That's why I don't like him as a character.
I hate him. I hate him.
Just give him opportunities when he hasn't earned anything.
He's a part-timer who just goes to UFC half the time. It's like, go and stay at UFC.
He turns up and gets given an award for turning up, pretty much. Stupid.
I saw a thing where
it
was
does
like,
make you think there must be a lot of dodgy stuff behind.
Yeah,
the
he's
scenes.
got something on Vince McMahon. Because the rest of the show was great. The Royal Rumble matches were great. Both winners of them, I think, deserved the win. Even though one of them we already knew was going to win because it was kind of said that they were going to win quite a few times. But everything else was
just messing around.
Everything else was great.
Yeah.
Everything else went perfectly, and I thought this is actually really good.
Good.
But that one match is just like, why? And I'm happy it wasn't the last match of the show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because otherwise it would have been a bad
'Cause
ending.
It should be WrestleMania all over again.
WrestleMania when I guess Roman Reigns, and he actually made Roman Reigns bleed badly, and that was the last match of the
That's
freaking
like
show.
the one time you assume he's actually going to have a chance, and then like basically what they do with most Brock Lesnar matches, they have the person fight him. That person has like a really good point
It's
where
normally
you're
Roman
like,
Reigns.
they could win, and then some shit happens, and then they completely just fuck it over and let him win.
Yeah, so Roman Reigns fought Brock Lesnar in the main event of WrestleMania in 2015.
It irritates me.
Main event of WrestleMania in 2015 was Roman versus Brock. That match ended with Seth Rollins cashing in the Money in the Bank, where he can cash in at any point to be in a match to win the championship. And then they rematched it last year, and Brock beat the shit out of Roman, but Roman had like a good chance. Like it should have been Roman's win, if anything. And
then Roman.
It would have been in this match. It would have been actually, I think, Finn versus Roman, because Roman was champion,
but he got leukemia.
Again.
Came back, so he had to give up his belt.
He had to give up his belt, and then Brock got it back.
He finally gets the belt, and then he's got to hand it back.
And then he has to hand it back. Oh.
And news on Roman Reigns is that he's doing okay. He's actually going to be in the Shaw and Hobbs film, the Fast and Furious spin-off.
Oh, yeah.
He's actually going to be in that.
Oh, that's cool.
There's a picture of it on The Rock's Instagram with him and that. And loads of people being like, Roman Reigns is faking having leukemia. No, he has leukemia.
It's not really a thing to fake about, is it?
He's had it
National
before.
TV. I'm dying.
He's had it before. It's come back.
Prank.
Yeah, it's not bad.
WWE won't do that.
That's interesting, though, isn't it? How
On news of wrestlers and MMA, Jack Swagger, or Jacob something is his real name, had his MMA debut not last night, the night before.
I didn't even know he still did that. I thought
It's not in the UFC. It's in begins with B. It's one of the other ones. But he had his first one against someone. He picked. It's like I saw a thing was like why his match will be better than CM Punk's, because he picked a better opponent. He's got a background in fighting sports, and he beat the guy in 2 minutes and 9 seconds of the first round.
Jesus.
With a TKO.
So he's done it properly then.
Yeah, and
Unlike CM Punk.
it was actually a very convincing win. He he tapped him out.
Unlike CM Punk.
Yeah, who might be either wrestling for All Elite Wrestling, so he might be going back to wrestling, which would be cool.
It's basically a guy who did wrestling. He had like really good storylines. Yeah. He then left, trained for a year to do UFC, and decided he was ready to jump into a match, and then got
he picked someone who was like
too good, basically.
He was like 16-1, I think.
Oh, yeah, don't do that.
But he didn't train for long enough.
He didn't train long enough. Also, when he didn't actually leave WWE, I think he was going to leave, but he married AJ Lee, who was also a female wrestler in WWE, and they fired CM Punk on his wedding day.
Oh, it's just.
And then AJ Lee did one more match at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
everyone thought she was pregnant because they she didn't do much in the match, and it was kind of rumored that she was pregnant, but was not. But it was rumored I think there was a picture of her with someone else like holding her stomach, so it was like,
oh yeah, so it kind of
it looked like it, but I think it was like, I think the title, the caption of the picture was like, "I want to get a belt again," or something. So it was like, but not everyone just takes pictures out of proportion if they don't see the caption.
Yeah.
But yeah. He trained for about a year, wasn't ready.
Yeah,
and then
he was
jumped
not
into a match
ready.
and lost hard.
And then
He
he
put up a decent fight.
didn't
but,
do too badly. But
Not
he
good
got-
enough.
No, he wasn't ready for that kind of
Yeah.
level.
And then he had one more. He had another match.
And it was like actual UFC as well. It wasn't even
Yeah, it
like a
wasn't.
small
It was.
brand.
It was
Oh.
actual UFC.
Oh, damn.
I think. Didn't he have another one? Did he have another one?
Don't know.
I don't remember, but I know that he did have a commentary role on another UFC show,
Oh, right.
and then he hasn't had anything. And Dana White's gone out and been like, "Yeah, he's not having another match." So he's done with UFC by the seems of it.
Well, talking similar to fighting, have you seen KSI's mate Vidal Riley?
Yes.
Have you seen his second fight?
Yes.
In
told-
5 punches,
I
he
told you to
knocks
watch
him
the
out.
video.
It was only last night.
No,
Last night's one.
he.
Did you not see last night?
Yeah, I've seen that one, but he also uploaded. That was JJ's reaction to it. He'd uploaded the video before, which
right.
which you watched in college because I told you about it.
Yeah.
That's the actual. That was his like
Yeah.
how
Oh,
he got
that
to that
video.
fight.
Yeah.
And then yesterday he did JJ reacting to it.
But yeah, in
Yeah.
5 hits, this guy's on the floor.
It was like one hit, like 2 hits, and he went down.
He's good.
Yeah,
He is good.
I should hope so. If
He
he's
seems-
training people.
He does seem like a nice guy as well.
Yeah.
It's a bit like Anthony Joshua. Like he's such a goody two shoes, but he seems just so genuine.
Mm.
But he's so, I don't know. It's so robotic, isn't it? Like he just
Yeah.
knows what to do.
But it's one of those
I
things.
do
If you're
find
training
that
people how to do it, I should expect you know how to do it.
to be honest,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's better to be
Yeah.
good.
don't know. It's interesting.
Basically, one of our teachers,
What lecturers?
or one of our lecturers,
Something.
Get it right, Kieran.
Exact same thing.
Yeah, it is the same thing.
Oops.
wrong channel, mate. This isn't ASMR.
Yeah, stop eating your bloody sweets.
Oh.
Oh, that's gonna sound horrible.
Oh.
Whilst I'm editing,
I did that
that's
just for you.
horrible.
One of our lecturers, sorry
yeah,
Tom,
thank you very much.
sorry big man,
Oh, small.
asked us to, you said it, asked us to talk to one of his classes that are doing podcasts currently, and how do you guys think it went?
I think it went really well, actually.
Yeah.
It was obviously, no matter what, you're going to be nervous because you're talking in front of, like, that was a good, like, 30.
Especially when he
Yeah.
was having like external examiner in.
Yeah.
And our head of department was in there, which I didn't know.
No, we didn't know.
Didn't know till we got in there.
No.
I didn't know until I sat down with the group thing.
Oh really? You
I
had
didn't
to
say
say
that.
really far behind
No,
there.
I saw when we first walked in, I was like,
Yeah.
To be fair, I
Oh,
didn't look around the
I
room
saw-
because
I
As
I
soon
looked
as I
round
walked
the
in, I
room,
just scoped it.
and then
yeah.
I saw blonde hair, I was like, oh.
I was like, was it? Oh no.
But yeah, I genuinely, I think it went okay.
Yeah.
I think we went in roughly knowing what we wanted to come out with, and I feel like we did that.
Yeah.
a lot more
Hopefully-
people asked questions than I thought was going to.
Yeah. I think
thought
it
there
just
was
went
gonna be, like,
smoother, to be honest.
three
Few
people.
questions that caught me off guard as well.
Yeah.
Like the one about the logo and
The
stuff like
logo and
that.
stuff like that.
Yeah. They were good though. Good
They
questions.
were good questions.
I was expecting like a name question, and then maybe that would blow into the logo, but
Yeah, not
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 logo,
just logo.
no name.
Yeah. That was interesting.
I was fine.
I mean, surprised it went better than I thought it was going to. I'm not
I
very
thought
good
there
at
was
front of
going to
people.
be more questions, to be honest.
I think that's
I was kind of prepared for more questions.
I think that's the best thing to do, isn't it? Prepare yourself for more questions than there was, and then it was alright. But it was
I'm happy there was questions. Otherwise it'd been awkward standing there like.
it was also weird because we played like a 3-minute clip of our own podcast, which was really weird.
Yeah,
Yeah.
To, like,
especially for
'cause-
me, because I don't listen to them.
Yeah, Ryan doesn't listen to them. Kieran sometimes,
Every now and then, yeah.
and then I edit them, so I listen to.
You
them.
have to listen to them.
So, but I'm used to that. I'm just so used to just hearing my own voice. You know, gotta love it.
Right.
Honestly, I have to highlight this. My laugh, I hate it. Like in the podcast where I edit, and even in that 3-minute clip, I hate my own laugh.
I hate my voice.
And I just the thing is, I've got used to hearing my own voice, but it's it's that laugh. I can't.
After listening to one or two of the podcasts, I wasn't quite bothered by myself.
I know. I just like. I don't mind my voice. I hate my voice. I wouldn't want to listen to my own voice constantly.
Well, we do.
Exactly. I can't imagine how it feels.
Oh, something to pick up on.
Go on, then.
'Cause I don't want to get ridiculed for it.
Oh no.
But
Oh.
last week,
I know what this is.
after the podcast,
What happened last
I went home. I rented both John Wick films and I watched both of them
Good.
back to back.
After you said you weren't gonna buy them.
Yeah,
Literally straight after the podcast.
went home, watched them back to back. They were pretty good. Story's better on the first one.
Yeah. Can
Second
agree.
one's got a bit more action.
Yeah.
What would you give both of the films out of 10?
What is it, like a group vote? As like
Yeah, do a
Or
group
separately.
vote. I would.
So
I
it'd be
would
out
say
of 20.
separately.
separately, I'll give the first one a solid 9
Oh damn. Okay. I was thinking an 8.
on like
I'll probably give it a 9.
story
Give it a
and
9.
action.
Okay.
Good, decent ratio,
okay.
and I like the story.
Uh,
The second one, I'd say like
I'm thinking a 7.
8.4.
No, not bad.
Okay.
Not bad.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
I think
I can agree with
I
that.
enjoyed
that
the
extra amount is just where it lacked story.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Yeah.
I would've
The
given- I would've-
story was too similar to the first one.
I would have
for
given
me.
the second one like an 8.5. So
Do you think it's just going to go down in ratings, to be honest? The third one? Because I feel like the storyline, I'm sorry, the storyline's not gonna
yeah,
be
I
right.
have like
At
'Cause
this
it's-
point,
it's
they've
just
already
him-
set the storyline.
It's him versus the world. I'm like, okay, cool.
I have like
And
the
Halle
thing of
Berry.
I don't know if I like that.
I have the
Because
thing of
you
like
kind of... when I'm watching John Wick, I kind of just want it to
He's
be
independent.
his story,
Yeah.
not teaming up with another person. Now, we might be getting this wrong from the trailers, but what it looks like from the trailers is that he's teaming up with her, which, to be honest, it could be good. I'm not going in thinking it's going to be bad straight away, but it's just like, I feel like it should just be him. Because he's the bogeyman.
I feel like
you know? He's the one to
Boogeyman.
have done
Boogeyman.
everything. So I feel
he's
like...
not the bogeyman. He's
well,
the
Oh,
boogeyman. He's the boogeyman.
It's because at home I make a joke of it saying the bogeyman.
Actually, technically, he's the Baba Yaga.
He's the man
which
with the
is
pencil.
which is the direct translation to boogeyman.
Yeah, but Baba Yaga sounds cooler.
It does.
Does actually.
Is it the first or the second one?
He doesn't know which one's which now. 'Cause he watched
I'm gonna say the first one, where he goes to the hotel. Well, he goes to the hotel on both of them, but you know he goes to that little bar, and you got like all the other people that are also assassins in it.
Yeah, it's bloody cool.
Yeah, and he sees the chick, and then later on you're just like, oh, they might have a thing because they're friends, and then later on she's just fucking killing him. Like, I was just like,
Plot twist.
I was like, anything could happen.
Yeah, it's true.
Also, he has got a fat bounty on him now, so
Mm.
what is it, like 14 million or something?
Yeah, it sounds stupid.
Because he's ex-avocado now.
Avocado. He's a breakfast meal.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's because it's excommunicado.
I know,
And every
it
time
just-
I hear it,
does
I
sound like
just think avocado.
I'm going to think of that now when we're watching the film.
He's ex-avocado.
Avocado.
We should all go see that, by the way.
To be honest,
Yeah.
And then do a podcast about it after.
Yeah.
Heavy spoiler alert.
Review.
I watched the interview yesterday.
Yes.
That was really good. James Franco, gotta love him. I was. It's quite.
Just
an
that
old
clip
film
you
now,
sent
isn't
me where he's just like, feast your eyes.
it? Feast your eyes. He's got a half chub. But yeah, I thought it was really funny actually.
Yeah.
I was a bit shocked at the end where it's all like weapons and stuff. Wasn't expecting.
Well, if you haven't
They
seen
just
it,
shoot their way
you haven't
out.
seen it, skip ahead. But when he blows him up with the tank.
Yeah, he's in a helicopter and just shoots at him.
Yeah.
And he's like, don't let the puppy get hurt.
Everyone's like seen that clip though. You know, they haven't seen the film, they've already seen that clip.
Fucking, oh, it's brilliant. Did you know that they couldn't release it in cinema because Kim Jong Un threatened them if they did?
Seriously?
Yeah.
Yeah. He said if you release that, like,
I am
shit's
surprised
gonna
that they
happen.
had the guts to have done that.
That's why I didn't get to the cinemas.
No.
Otherwise, it would have. But yeah, he sent them a threat, so they didn't. I watched Popstar again, since you lot know. I've seen it quite a few times, but because we were talking about it on that day, I was like, I'm going to watch it.
Good.
Oh, cracked me up again.
Yeah, I enjoyed Popstar.
Love that film.
Yeah, I only watched that first time recently. That was a good film. It was a good film. I watched Free Fire. It's on Amazon Prime at the moment. It's the woman who's playing now Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
Set in like the 80s. It says it's a comedy. Didn't really find it that funny at all. There's apart from one like English South African character who's like his voice is just hilarious. But it's supposed to be. But it's got the guy from the main guy
Is
from
it film?
Peaky Blinders. Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
film through fire.
That one.
It's do you know what? It's a good film. It's not amazing, but
Yeah.
it's a clever film. It's set all in one place. It's all in one warehouse,
Yeah.
and it's basically just a deal which goes wrong. That's all you need to know. Watch it. That's all I can say. Watch it. It is a good film. It's just not a comedy. Don't think it's a comedy. I did not find it that funny.
I watched Justice League on the weekend.
What do you think?
Yeah. I didn't go in with any high expectations because the amount of people have been shitting on it. So I was just like, I'll see what happens.
What did you watch it on?
PlayStation.
Oh.
I just got a thing for renting films recently because the sale was on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was alright. I would say there are some things that like annoyed me about it, but other than that, it wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
It's like they really underuse a lot of characters. Like, it's like you got Aquaman in it.
Yeah.
He doesn't use anything to do with water or fish at any point.
Yeah, 'cause he gets thrown, doesn't he?
Yeah,
But at least in the trailer, you see him get thrown with his.
but like, he doesn't actually get to use his powers really at any point to help during a fight.
So stupid.
The Flash
Why is the Flash?
kind of does stuff, but doesn't really. Like,
You're really selling it.
well, yeah, but
Yeah, in a
like,
good
I'm only
film.
selling it as much as people have sold it to me. I feel like
Okay.
he could have done so much more.
I just don't like Ben Affleck
I didn't mind.
as Batman.
He
I
was
just
alright.
don't. I don't
I
get
like
it.
him, but not as Batman.
I've never found him like a good actor anyway.
In the
but
accounting, he's really good.
The accountant, yeah.
He's really good in that.
I probably should have watched Batman vs Superman first.
But I've seen that one. That's nothing good either.
I've seen it.
Because in it, they just drop you in it. They're like, Superman's dead. And I was like,
Oh yeah,
Well,
but then he comes back.
yeah.
the end scene for the Batman vs Superman is really dumb because it's really quick.
Is that like Martha bit?
No, it's the bit where it's literally his coffin,
Oh
and then it's got dirt on it, and the dirt lifts up ever so slightly.
yeah.
But if you're not looking at the dirt, don't see it because it literally goes and it cuts instantly.
Oh,
It's
oh.
so quick.
There's like an extra scene at the end of Justice League as well.
So where he's wearing black, or is that?
No. It's where Lex Luthor's supposed to be in prison,
Oh, and he shaves his hair.
and it's not. And they're like, oh, Lex Luthor, blah blah blah. Turns around, it's just some nuts guy. It's not Lex Luthor.
Oh.
They've done the old switcheroo somehow. Don't know how. But Lex Luthor's on a ship, and he's like, I think we should make our own league since they're making their league.
Oh, it just is It's like a really like
I
amateur
don't like the
like,
guy who plays.
version of a
Or
Marvel.
Jesse Eisenberg.
He doesn't suit.
He's too young.
He doesn't suit Lex Luthor.
No, he doesn't look right.
He's too young to be Lex Luthor.
Like
that's
him.
the
He looks like a good guy instead of a bad guy first.
I like him. But I don't.
Yeah, I
Lex
think he's a
Luthor.
good actor,
Right.
but he does look like a hero, not a villain.
He doesn't fit the role.
Yeah, I just think he just looks too young to be Lex
Yeah.
Luthor.
So Lex Luthor's like an old guy, isn't he?
Yeah. I bet you was an old guy.
What would you
Well,
give it out of 10
Aquaman.
though?
Aquaman's
Justice
good.
League.
7.5.
Fair enough.
Maybe that's 7.5 is a bit generous. Yeah. I wouldn't call it a masterpiece, but I wouldn't call it terrible.
Yeah. Just trying to think what films are coming out this week. I don't think there are really.
Also, Superman's got like dementia for half of it.
Of course he does.
Oh, it just sounds awful.
He's
like,
like-
I've
He's
watched
like, I don't
movie
remember.
breakdowns.
He's
of
like,
it,
I don't
and
remember who I am. But I got these powers, and then he remembers exactly who he is, and he helps him out and beats the boss.
it's stupid.
Bear in mind, the boss they're fighting,
The writing sounds a 10 out of 10, doesn't it?
the boss that they're fighting, they
Sounds better
pretty
than my
much
script.
can't do shit to him. And then
Your
Superman
script's
comes
better
along
than
and just batters him about.
Yeah.
And Cyborg wasn't really there for fighting at all either. It's like a tech kid.
Oh, he didn't look good in the trailers.
He
at all.
literally, he's
I
like,
didn't like
he
the
did.
way they done
I
his
think
suit.
he's like a football player, and then he gets an accident, which you don't even see. You just got to assume. And then his dad's done all these modifications to him, and he doesn't know how to use his body at all. So it like
in the comics, he's supposed to be like really like a
so
genius.
he's like
He's supposed to be a footballer as well.
he's
and he
literally
has an
standing
accident,
there.
but he's supposed to know what has happened to him.
He tries to be like Batman, yeah. He tries to get like really dark at some points. He's standing there and he's like, last night I couldn't do this, and I woke up in the morning and now I can do this. I don't know how it happened. And I'm like, your character development is stupid.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my god.
Honestly, your 2 scripts that you've been making and pretty much finished are way better than the Justice League. We should make it a proper feature film. Have they got any awards for that?
I don't think so.
Because they don't deserve to. Because the CGI, first of all, I have a huge problem with. God, it looks awful.
Talking about awards,
Yeah.
guess what's been nominated for like nearly every award?
Us.
Black Panther. Been nominated for best CGI.
Can I say, well, first of all, no, because the CGI and filmmaking really wasn't that great. Because the first action scene you see him in, oh, sorry, you don't see him in because it's just mass black, and all you hear is just, ow!
Yeah,
it's so
pretty
bad.
much.
So, yeah, okay, bad Well, the CGI is not
It's
terrible.
It's not terrible, but it's not the best.
It's not the best.
Not. It can't be
Oh,
nominated for best CGI.
have you seen it, Kieran? Have you seen it?
Black Panther.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember that scene where they're about to fight the Warriors, where Michael B. Jordan and the main guy, and you have them all on the mountainside?
Yes.
It looks like stick figures. Like
Yeah.
the CGI is
The
not
the
10 out of 10.
CGI is not nominated for. Can't be nominated for like the best.
No, it's not the best at
I
all.
like the film. I think it was all right.
I wasn't. I would also. I completely. It's a bit like Get Out. Like there's a lot of social things. That's what I like the film. That's clever.
I like Get Out.
However, the writing and the acting and that in Black Panther and
I
Get
think
Out was not 10 out of 10. Like
No.
people highly rate these films.
no, they
and
are
I highly
they,
disagree.
they are highly rated. And,
Get Out is more liked for the actual story.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
story for
which
Get Out
makes
is
sense
good.
because
Which
it's
is
so
really good.
clever
Yeah.
It was really good.
and it's
Like-
such a social piece of film. But Black Panther.
It's like
wasn't.
every other.
Michael B. Jordan was the best part of that film.
It's him and the main guy.
Yeah.
That's it.
The sister was good actually.
The si-
I forgot about the sister. The
The
sister's good in it.
the younger
The
one.
one, yeah.
Yeah, she was pretty good. Yeah, she was.
But I wouldn't. It wasn't
It wasn't.
the best
Yeah,
because the storyline was so like obvious what was happening.
it was quite like it's one of
There
them.
was no shock
It was an average film.
or something.
I've just seen something offensive. I'll tell you after.
Okay.
I'll let you finish this little thing first.
It was like it's
What
not.
else has it been nominated for?
I don't know everything, but it's been nominated for. I don't know all of them, but it's been nominated for a lot.
Is there a way of us looking up, seeing what
It might say
awards
it
there
somewhere.
are?
Yeah.
Because that'd be quite interesting to see what. Oh, is that what you're literally looking at?
I've got that for Justice League. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What was Justice League for?
They got a BMI Film and TV Awards for the music.
Okay.
I feel like the music was 10 out of.
Uh,
Thor Ragnarok should have got one for music.
They
Well,
were
that's cool.
a nominee for a few things. I'll only
course.
read out the stuff they've won. They got a Golden Schmoes Award, which is for biggest disappointment of the year,
Yes.
I like
and they won that.
Good.
Good.
Think of their budget and look what they came out with.
I know. Well, they got a small budget.
This is something.
Give us a budget that big.
That's pretty much like
I don't think we just put it as wage.
those are the two
Yeah, we don't need
things that
them.
they've won. So biggest disappointment and best and
Best music.
Best music.
good film music. What this nominee thing I think was a bit of a joke, and it makes sense because it's
What was
kids,
the race?
Kids Choice Awards. Yeah,
Oh, okay, yeah.
for 2018,
Stranger Things.
favorite movie actor, Ben Affleck. And it's under the Justice League page, so it's going to be for Batman.
That's so stupid. Out of all the people they could have picked,
Yeah.
Ben Affleck. And that's kids' choice.
Mm-hmm.
So kids have chosen those films. Even though
It got a
they
6
shouldn't be
point-
seeing them
got
because they're probably
6.5 out
over
of 10.
16.
it's
What was- who was like-
PG-13.
Do you know who like second? Who was second in that?
For what the
Yeah,
Kids'
I feel
Choice
like
actor.
nominated. Yeah. Because how is Ben Affleck? But all he's been doing is Batman.
Oh, that's something.
He's
Well,
not.
on the Kids' Choice, SpongeBob SquarePants got a favourite cartoon award.
Well, that kind of
That's for
makes sense.
2018 though.
That's
Like,
good.
That's pretty good
It's
actually.
been going for long.
But there is a new
Rest in peace.
series and stuff, isn't there? That's good. Good. Kids of today have good taste. Wow.
Oh,
Somewhat.
Jesus, you're gonna take that back.
Oh no, Fortnite.
Favorite movie
Fortnite.
Fortnite.
was the new Jumanji. It wasn't bad. I enjoyed
No.
it.
Out of all the films,
But there's no way it's better than Spider-Man: Homecoming and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume
What?
2.
Yeah,
it
no
beat
way.
them.
No,
that's stupid.
It beat The Greatest Showman,
Oh,
Wonder
that's
Woman,
even more stupid.
Star Wars: The Last Jedi,
Well, I know it's coming from a Star Wars fan.
Live
Yeah,
Action
that's-
Beauty and the
I mean-
Beast, and Pitch Perfect 3. Apparently, it beat all of those.
I'm sorry, but all of those should be high.
Black Panther is nominated for 7 Oscars.
7? Sod off.
Best achievement in music writing for motion pictures. It's got Kendrick Lamar on it. Probably it.
To be honest, I have to admit, now you said it, the music in that film was quite good. Not
That's
the best.
that's for the
but it was
original
quite good.
score.
Right.
It's been a best achievement in music writing for motion pictures. Original song.
What is
So this
classed
is the
as an
this is the
original
people.
song?
So it's I can't even say this name because it's whoever the hell wrote the original score.
Ludwig Göransson. Let's just go with that.
Sure.
There's
It
then
seems Swedish name.
Sonna Wave. I assume that's how you say that. Kendrick Lamar,
Lamar's
Anthony
song was
Tiff,
quite good.
and then SZA for the original song because that's the song. That's one of their songs.
right.
It's been a best motion picture of the year.
Yeah.
Best achievement in costume design.
To be honest, his costume was 10 out of 10.
Best,
Oh, for Black Panther.
Yeah.
best
Yeah, it's
achievement
good.
in production design. Best
Mostly
achievement in
CGI.
sound editing. Best achievement in sound mixing.
Dwayne Johnson got Best Movie Actor.
Makes sense because he's in everything. Kids love him
Because-
so
But
much.
it doesn't make
In
sense.
his
'cause
role.
He's actually, he just plays himself.
For his role in Jumanji.
Oh.
There's only one film
Do
that
you
The
know
Rock
what-
can play himself in, and that's the new one.
Do you know the
he's
other one?
playing
but
himself.
realistically, he
He's-
plays the same
Yeah,
character.
he does.
in every
No, he
film.
does.
The other people, Ben Affleck for Justice League,
Well, at
Chris
least
Hemsworth.
he's acts instead
Chris
of...
Hemsworth for Thor Ragnarok,
Should have won.
It's Chris Hemsworth. Come
Chris
on.
Pratt.
Chris Pratt for Guardians,
And
Kevin
Lego.
Hart for Jumanji, and Will Ferrell for Daddy's Home 2.
All right, that's what
Daddy's
annoys me
Home
even
2 was
more
an
because those
excuse.
people just
That's-
play themselves. I hate actors which are like super famous for playing the same role. Look at someone like Christian Bale. He never plays the same role.
Oh, you got favourite movie actress. The winner was Zendaya, the chick who did was in Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Oh yeah, she's good.
Yeah,
Yeah, she's
she-
MJ. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. Oh no, that's good. No, she was. Yeah,
Black
she was
Panther
good in
also
that.
has Golden Globes. Best motion picture drama. Best original score again. Best original song again.
The songs were good. Let's give it.
It's
that.
got
The songs were good.
BAFTA awards.
I just feel like the visuals.
Best achievement in special effects.
All right. Well, all right. The way it was filmed.
Oh.
And the visual effects.
Got one there.
were
I
completely
forgot one
different.
where they won. Outstanding actor performance by a stunt ensemble in a motion picture.
What
This
was
stunt
that?
team.
The stunt. Oh yeah, there was quite good stunts.
Outperforming
can I
by
just
cast in
clarify?
motion picture.
Yeah, can I just clarify? I feel like the way it was filmed was very clever. Like that scene in that, like the bar. Is that the bar? You know where that woman takes off her wig and she like fights.
Yeah,
everyone?
the
like
club
the
place
way
thing,
that is
yeah.
filmed, I love it. Right. So I'm not saying like the visuals are bad because the visuals are good. It's just the CGI visuals are bad. Like those fight scenes where the two warriors are fighting, they look terrible. I just wanted to clarify that.
Can you agree? Academy of Science Fiction, Fantasy, and Horror Films, 2018, right? It got winner for best
Black-
comic to film motion picture
What is it?
of 2018, Black Panther.
I feel like no. I feel like Thor Ragnarok should have got that because that's like visuals. So what they're saying, the best visuals from a comic to a film. I feel like Thor Ragnarok with the color scheme
Yeah.
and the way they've
was
like they've changed the colors of a normal film into from a normal comic into a film. Like those oranges and those blues in that film were so bright.
Yeah.
I feel like that should have won. Not
Yeah.
not Black Panther.
The same place also gave them best director, best supporting actress,
I feel like they've. So
Best
what we
writing.
can clarify is they got a lot. Which
Best
personally, I
actor,
think they deserve.
best actress, best supporting actor, best music, best costume design, best editing, best special effects.
It's all.
AF
It's all.
AFI Movie of the Year,
It
I
wasn't
wouldn't
the
go that
movie
far.
of the year.
and that says 2019.
Do you think it's because of the social thing around
Yes.
it?
Yeah,
Because I feel the same. Like, it was a
Best
good
supporting
film.
actor
It was an easy
nominated
for me,
Michael B. Jordan.
8 out of
So
10. Oh, Michael B.
That's the
Jordan
first time
was
he's come up
bloody amazing.
on this whole thing.
That's stupid because he was easily the best actor in that whole film. I
Yeah.
felt more like wanting him to come out of that film being the good guy than the main
Excellence
guy.
in Production Design Award, fantasy film. Jesus Christ. It's been awarded for. It won Best Actor
For
again.
me, 8 out of 10 film. Good film.
Oh, there we go.
It's just the social things around it which have made this film,
Best movie, best actor.
which is good but also bad in the same way.
But yeah, I feel like they got a lot more than they really deserve.
There were so many good films last year.
Yeah.
Like A Quiet Place was just 10 out of 10.
Still
for me.
haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it.
I'm
There's a
still,
second
I'm still
one.
waiting for Film Club.
Yeah, who
Honestly, it's a 10 out of 10 film. 10 out.
This year, I know a film that already should get nominated.
Endgame.
Aquaman. That should.
Would
Yes.
that be classed as last year or this year?
I'd say this year.
Because it did technically come out in 2018. But the thing is, it's a weird thing where it
Yeah.
starts
When-
after
when-
the
what-
Oscars, right?
When does the
Was it just the Oscars now, wasn't it?
the Oscars haven't happened yet?
No, what was the awards we just had when we're filming this? Because there was one.
Academy Awards.
Academy
I think
Awards,
it
I
was
think.
okay.
It's the thing of like when's the Oscars year begin and start? If it makes sense.
Because I think it's the year after, so they don't pick this year. So the awards will be this year,
But it's
but
last year's
it'll
films.
be like 2018 year
Films.
films.
Either way,
Which makes so much sense because it's like
Aquaman
it gives
deserves a
people
lot.
a year to take over a film.
Aquaman deserves a lot of awards because it's a really good film.
I do need to see
It
that.
is really good. Film.
The special
Just
effects
didn't
in it are amazing.
I just didn't expect it to be like I watched the trailers and I got to be honest, didn't look interesting.
Oh no, I didn't think that going
Yeah,
in.
same.
I didn't set my hopes high for it because I was like,
It's a DC film.
one, it's DC film, yeah. Two,
Yeah.
I don't know how good they can go with it.
David
I
Oye's
was
really good,
extremely impressed.
A film which I think will get more awards and should get more awards is Spider-Man.
What,
That-
Homecoming?
No, Into the Universe.
Oh yeah, no,
Well-
definitely.
That should be like for
Animated,
me.
animated film.
As you two know, and I've said this so many times, I love Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Without even being a huge Spider-Man fan, you can watch that and just go like as a filmmaker, and just accept like how well that film was. There was no boring bits throughout the whole film. The visuals were like stunning. Like the
Yeah.
way how it like almost
The color
like,
changes and
came
stuff.
away from a cartoon comic and back into it really quickly.
Yeah.
You know when they just like zoom in and on faces and you start to see like the different swirls and the lines. So good.
Yeah, they did that really well.
And the music, I love that soundtrack. So good.
Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Spider-
Oscar.
I said into
Nominated
the universe.
Best Animated Feature Film.
Good.
It won a Golden Globe for Best Motion Picture.
It should get.
Yeah, deserves it to be honest.
It's like a Pixar film on steroids.
Aquaman's been nominated for no Oscars.
It actually is, isn't it?
Aquaman hasn't been nominated for any Oscars.
What is its
Yeah,
rating
but it's
on
only got
IMDb?
it's only got 7.4. Aquaman.
So it's an average. Oh.
It's got a CDG Award, Excellent in Sci-Fi and Fantasy Film, which is Costume Design Guild Awards. It's got Gay and Lesbian Entertainment Critics Association,
Hang on, say that again.
Gay and Lesbian Entertainment Critics Association,
Yeah, I see it.
Campery Flick of the Year.
They got makeup artist, hair stylist, and guild award.
Yeah, Visual Effects Society Awards, Outstanding Creative Movement in Photo Real Feature, Outstanding Visual Cinematographies in their Photo Real project.
So yeah, that was pretty much our rundown of quick films.
I know it's
Interesting.
pretty similar to what we did, but this is like a more refreshed one, I'd say.
Yeah, it's up to date. We talked about our own films we just watched, pretty much.
We chucked a few different things in there as well.
Be
But yeah,
leave comments if you want like a wrestling podcast, as we spoke a bit about it today.
Yeah.
really need comments for
So,
ideas.
Yeah.
That
if
would
you
really
wanna-
help.
Because I feel like I want to do a podcast about wrestling with because me and Kieran know wrestling. Tom doesn't. Tom has
I've
got
got
questions.
no clue.
Has things and some questions or some stuff you might want to know, and then he asks
Yeah.
us. But if you guys leave comments,
It just helps.
it helps us.
Helps with
Please.
topic. And
We
plus,
need
you're
some-
the viewers. You're
Yeah,
the
we want to
ones
know what
which-
you want to listen
We
to.
want to know what you want to hear.
Exactly. So
Here are our opinions and views on. And Francis, do not put Coney 2012.
It's not happening.
or Geo with the Bourbons.
We
Yeah,
already
we've done
mentioned
it.
Bourbon.
We've talked
And
about
again,
Bourbon.
Bourbon's already done.
And if you want to
Tick.
talk about custard cream, you can do that because I do like a custard cream.
Oh, everyone loves custard cream.
We'll see. Right. Okay, we'll call it an end there.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening,
Thanks for listening.
and see you next
Peace.
week.
No.